morning to everyone. It's February the 14th, and we all know what that means. It's a very special day. It's a very magical day. It's a very loving day. It is, of course, the day after Pancake Day. So all the pancake stuff in shops is going to be cheap. So we can go and get all the cheap pancake mix and all the cheap golden syrup and just have a wonderful time later on with pancakes. Carl's coming round later for another bad film night. I've suggested tonight we watch the original Judge Dredd with Sylvester, I Am the Law, Stallone. I've got a thing for bad films. I do enjoy cheesy 80s, early 90s, over-the-top action films. So Judge Dredd, I think Carl's going to get a pizza in for that, so that should be fun. And I'm going to start work on the script for the treasure hunting proof of concept video. It's not going to be the first episode, it's going to be a proof of concept of what we could do. So that's the plan. But for now, I'm going to pop into town, find the DVD of the old Judge Dredd, probably buy a pretzel, and see if I can get some really cheap pancake stuff. So I have a relatively inexpensive hobby. I collect, or like to find, rare coins. I don't mean hundreds of years old, or even tens of years old. I mean the coins that are in print now. And I do this because I used to work in retail, and I have worked in retail for a while, so obviously I have access to lots of coins. I'm seeing coins in the tills all day. But what I've recently done is I've started going to the bank, and I said to the bank, can I please have £10 worth of 50p's in a 50p bag? And they of course obliged. Now what most people might not be aware of is that certain coins and certain 50p's are printed in various rarities. So, for example, let's take this one. This has the shield symbol on the back of it. That's a regular 50p. Shield symbol on the back, and of course the Queen's head on the other side. Now the head side is always the same. The head size is always the Queen's head, but the tail side occasionally changes. It's not all too often it happens, but occasionally it does change. I mean, for example, another very, very common tail side is the Sitting Britannia, just there. Probably see that one. Camera's not got a great macro lens, but you can see the sitting. What we're looking for, though, is ones that don't fit this, ones that are not. Aha! So, for example, there's one there. I'll show you what all these are in a second, don't you worry. I'm going to flip them all over, first of all, so I can see all the tails sides, because, again, the head is going to stay exactly the same on every single one, but I want to see all the tails. And then I'll talk you through and show you what we've got and what's happened in this bag of coins. Okie dokie. So there are 3 coins in this bag that are not regularly printed coins. The first one on the tails side, and coins do this to commemorate certain events or to commemorate certain things. This one says, celebrating 100 years of Girl Guiding UK. And that coin there, with the clover symbol around in a circle, would be to celebrate Girl Guiding in the UK. I'm not sure how close I can get it before it starts blurring in the focus, but that's for Girl Guiding. So I'm going to keep that as a slightly rarer 50p. It's not worth a lot of money. It's probably worth exactly 50p, but the circulation, the print run of them is limited, is rare, which is what interests me. The one we have here is the Commonwealth Games Glasgow 2014. And I can see a little guy cycling, and I can see a little guy, I think it's running at the bottom. So that is a Commonwealth Games. If I tilt it toward the light, you can see it shining and reflecting just there. That is a special Commonwealth Games commemorative 50p. And perhaps the rarest that I've managed to find in this batch of 50p's is, and if you find one of these, you're very, very lucky, they did a limited print run of Peter Rabbit. Now, Peter Rabbit is fantastic classic literature, and you can get all the main characters, so Peter Rabbit, Mrs. Tiggywinkle, Squirrel Nutkin, all the main ones, and a Beatrix Potter, which is the author, Beatrix Potter 50p. But this is a Peter Rabbit 50p. If you were to find a collector that hasn't got this, they'd probably be willing to part with, I don't know, 2-3 quid, depending on how desperate they were. So to say that if you found a collector that wants this, you may be able to get 300-400% of the face value of this coin. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to sell currency for more than it's worth. It interests me to keep, and I have a collection of various 50p's, and I'll go through that at some time. But I'm very glad that I've now discovered a way I can just go to the bank and politely ask for a bag of 50p's, and
every week, every 2 weeks, withdraw £10 worth of my own money, find the rare 50p's, and then deposit the rest. I'm not losing anything, and it's nice and exciting for me to see what I can find. So today we found 3 rare 50p's.
Carl is popping round. He's bringing pizza and drinks because he's lovely, and we're going to sit down and watch another bad film. Last time it was Conan the Barbarian, which was good in a kind of cheesy 80s way. This time it's just bad. It's the Dungeons and Dragons film, the original, with Jeremy Irons and Richard O'Brien. Jeremy Irons and Richard O'Brien in this film are the only actors who are aware they're in a terrible film, so ham it up every chance they get. If you haven't seen the Dungeons and Dragons film, go and watch it. It's an experience, but don't expect to enjoy the film. It's just bad. And I've got a few people asking when I'm going to be returning to Neverwinter on Twitch as soon as the internet is faster. As soon as my upload speed is capable of hosting and holding my Twitch stream, I will return to the world of Twitch gaming because I miss it desperately. I really genuinely do. So for now, I'm going to go and watch a terrible film with good company and a decent pizza. Just had an absolutely lovely evening with Carl. This is the aftermath of the lovely evening. The aftermath is several pizzas and an Easter egg over there. We watched the Dungeons and Dragons film. We watched Bo Burnham. We watched some CGP Grey. Talked about the state of the world. Generally put the world to rights. It's always inspiring and fun to spend time with Carl. A very intelligent man. So thanks, Carl, for your time. Always makes me feel very, very sure that maybe I do know what I'm talking about slightly more than I think I do. And he's obviously very, very informed as well. So yeah, lovely evening with Carl. Play some games now, get some sleep. I've drank quite a lot of the alcohol, and I don't normally drink any alcohol, so it's pretty powerful on me whenever I do. So I'm gonna go upstairs, think about this treasure hunt thing, which Carl is fully on board with, by the way. Carl is completely up for that. He's very much a supporter. So I'm excited. But I'll go and upload this and then probably hit the hay, get some sleep. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you've all had a good night. Everyone, take care. And for those of you asking when I'm going to get back to Twitch, hopefully soon. I miss Twitch streaming so much. Here's a really small thing you can do to be a very slightly better person. These are plastic rings that normally collect or connect beer cans together. Now, sometimes these get dumped into the ocean, and sometimes fish swim inside them and get caught within the plastic ring because this doesn't dissolve in the water. So just take a knife and cut the actual rings themselves so nothing can get caught in it. Takes 2 seconds, and sometimes it can protect something.